Lesson 21. Compositions. Writing-based skills. Notice writing. A notice is a written communication that gives information to the public. The public may be a specific group in a particular locality like a school or a society, or it could be a wider group like the public in general, or parents of newborn babies or teenagers looking for admission to colleges, and so on. How to write a notice? Heading. The heading is the name of the issuing authority organization. Date. The date on which the notice has been written comes on the left, just below the heading. Subject. Below the date, of the center of the page, comes the subject of the notice. Body. The body of the notice should give all relevant details pertaining to the subject. This includes date, time, venue, any other information that may be considered necessary. Conclusion. The notice ends with the signature name of the person issuing the notice, followed by the designation of the signatory. Language. The language should be crisp and formal. Use short sentences, one point in one sentence, to avoid any ambiguity. The passive voice should be used as far as possible. Box. It is important to note that a notice should be written within a box. Sample notice. Shishu Vikas Orphanage. Notice. 2nd May 20XX. Exhibition cum sale. The Shishu Vikas Orphanage has organized an exhibition cum sale of items made by the children of the orphanage. Venue. Chepauk Sports Ground. Date. 10 to 30th May. Timing. 10 a.m. to 7:10 p.m. Do visit and extend your support to the children. For further information, please contact the undersigned. B.K. Patnaik. Manager. Message writing. We sometimes receive information over the phone or in person from someone. This information is then passed on to a third person. This information is called message. It is a short piece of writing. It includes the following components. The word message is written at the top. A message must have a date and time. The name of the person the message is meant for. Body content, using indirect speech, and name of the person who writes the message. Format of a message. Message. Time, date, name of the person for whom it is meant, body of the message with details, who called, why he called. Follow-up if required. Signatory. Read the conversation between Shyam and Rabin. Shyam was going out, so he left a message for his brother. Write a message in about 50 words. Rabin, can I speak to Akash? Shyam, I am sorry, he is out of station. Rabin, when will he be back? Shyam, he is expected to be home by tomorrow evening. Rabin, could you please remind him that Amar's wedding is on 30th March? We had planned to go together. But since my mother is in hospital, I will not be going to the wedding. Subhash is going and he can join him. Tell him to give me a ring when he comes back. Shyam, sure, uncle. Rabin, thank you, Shyam. Message. 3 p.m. 28th March 20XX. Dad, Mr. Rabin called to remind you that Amal's wedding is on 30th March. He and you had planned earlier to go together, but due to hospitalization of his mother, he will not be able to go to the wedding. You can accompany Mr. Subhash to the occasion. Please call him when you are back. Sham. Writing an essay. An essay is a formal piece of composition presenting systematic exposition of a subject. It consists of a number of paragraphs, designed and developed sequentially on the given subject. How to write an essay? The subject of your essay should be clearly defined in your mind. All the points relating to the subject that arise in your mind are noted on a piece of paper. These points are classified and organized into groups under suitable headings. Irrelevant points are rejected. These selected points are organized in an outline, and the thoughts are arranged in a logical order. Then the first draft is prepared. The essay should consist of introduction, which should be arresting, body, and conclusion. Remember, an essay should be a methodical treatment of a subject and not a jumble in which anything can be put anywhere. Now, the final draft of the essay is prepared. The essay is edited, that is, it is revised. Anything irrelevant is deleted. Any important point that was earlier omitted is included. Grammatical mistakes are corrected. Spellings are checked. The essay should be divided into paragraphs. Each paragraph should deal with only one idea and should consist of sentences which are closely related to one another. The essay is written in a simple, concise, clear, direct and natural style. Sample essays. Hospitality in Bharat. Indians are known for their hospitality. They welcome their guests with open arms, for they feel that a guest is a person to be honored and respected, and to serve him is a sacred duty. But there are certain guests who are unwelcome, and people really dread their visit. Mr. S.M. Narayan, one of my father's friends, is a person whose visits we dread, as he disturbs our entire routine. He visits us frequently and comes without prior information. Whenever he comes from Bengaluru, my mother has to take leave because he takes his own sweet time to get up in the morning and is very particular to have proper breakfast and lunch. Not only this, he is very fussy about the food we eat and keeps complaining that the food is not properly cooked. My mother is very particular about keeping things in their place, but the moment Mr. Narayan arrives, our guest room as well as our drawing room is in total mess. He is not systematic at all and throws things here and there. He knows that there is no servant in the house, yet he expects my mother to wash and iron his clothes. Mr. Narayan is very inconsiderate and wants everything his way. He refuses to bring his own things and very freely uses the shaving kit of my father. He misuses the telephone by making not only local calls but also STD calls. He feels as if we don't have to pay the telephone bill. Not only this, he invites his local guests and expects us to really look after them. He wants my father to provide him the car for his exclusive use. We are all forced to run errands for him. And yet he is never satisfied with our hospitality. As long as Mr. Narayan is in the house, our whole routine gets upset and we all get tense. The moment father goes to drop him at the station, we all have a sigh of relief. Should boys learn to cook? The very title of the essay introduces us to the problem of gender roles in the society. One would never ask if girls should cook. That is accepted as a given. Even if there are girls who do not like to cook, they are expected to learn. On the other hand, boys are not expected to learn this valuable skill. They can learn if they wish to. After all, some of the most famous chefs in the world are men. But they are not expected to cook for their family or learn it by default. Let us understand this in another way. If one can make money through cooking and do it for a living, then it is okay for even boys to cook. Traditionally, men are seen as the breadwinners of the family. So, in this scenario, they will be performing their traditional role, even if the society believes cooking to be a female role. On the other hand, if cooking is done at home, for family, for no pay, then we see more women than men performing that role. Traditionally, women are expected to be homemakers, so this fits society's expectations. The problem arises because we have categorized a life skill on the basis of gender. Women are made to see it as a duty while men see it as a hobby or a passion. This is wrong. As more women take up jobs, men should be encouraged to help at home as well. Parents who teach little girls to make rotis alongside or to stir the pot should encourage their little boys' help in the kitchen as well. We must envision a society that does not need to ask if boys should cook or if girls should work after marriage. These should be personal decisions of the individual and not dictated by gender norms of the society. These ideas of what a girl should do and what a boy must are made by societies themselves. They are not naturally occurring characteristic. Moreover, cooking is a life skill. All human beings eat and, thus, it would be beneficial to everyone to know basic cooking. Boys should not see cooking as a feminine activity, but as a skill set that will enable them to be self-reliant as well as helpful at home. Advertisement writing. Advertisement is a medium of providing information. It can be in print form or in digital form. The following points are to be remembered while writing advertisements. Focus on one or two key points. Garb catchy headline and illustration. Use the body to reinforce your main message. Prompt the reader to take action. And check the advertisement from the reader's point of view. Various components are used in a display of advertisement. There are A. Slogans, B. Logos, C. Visual of the product and accompanying picture, D. Product information, special features, highlights and E. Contact information. Let us read about each component. Slogans. Slogan is a short phrase easy to remember. Slogans are used in advertisements by the organizations who want people to remember about their product services. The following are the sample slogans of different brands and their products. Product slogan. Software. More human way to do. Cooking gas. Cook food, serve love. Online variety store. Good morning to good night, we get it all. Internet. Next is now. Smartphone. Invite envy. Washing machine. Special moments leave a mark. Not stains. Home appliances. Designed to delight. Electronics. Delighting you always. Travel arrangers. Check out to check in. Sports footwear. Just do it. Mineral water. For happy bodies. Fast food retailer. I'm loving it. Chocolate. Free the joy. Logos. A logo of a company or an organization is a very important thing. It is the special design or way of writing its name which is put on all its products, note papers or advertisements. Visual picture. A picture speaks quickly about the product of advertisement. It is used to arrest the attention of the readers. Here is a sample visual for the advertisement of British Airways, London. The visual reflects the facility inside the airplane, a first-class cabin that feels as private as a private jet. Product information special feature highlights. It briefly highlights main features. It should be crisp and precise. Information in detail about the product may not catch the attention of the readers. Hence, it should be highlighted in the form of a graphic or bullet points. The product or service information should only be highlighted and never listed. Contact information. It includes the addresses and phone numbers along with the web address and email ID of the company and its outlets or retailers. It is to be aligned at the bottom of the display. A sample advertisement. Given below is the advertisement for Coaching Center for IIT. Report writing. A report is a written or spoken account or a factual description of an event. Reports are, generally, of two kinds: newspaper report and reporting an event for a magazine. Newspaper report. It is basically a news story of an incident, event, investigation of an issue or a problem. It may also be an objective analysis or evaluation of something. It is written in informal and impersonal languages and mostly in past tense. Reporting or narrating an event. It is meant for school magazine. Usually it is a brief account of an activity or function held in a school. In general, the important elements of a report are correct heading, name of the reporter, details of the event. Let's learn the important points to be mentioned in these two reports. Layout. No column normal is equal to 1. Newspaper report. 2. Reporting or narrating an event. Newspaper report. Incident accident. It must be written on the given information. What the happening is. The scene of the accident. When, where and how. People, vehicles involved. Loss of life, property. Details of rescue and relief operations. Details of casualties, dead, injured, hospitalized. Reference to orders of inquiry by the government. Ex gratia to the families of the killed and the injured. Provide a reminder, warning, a comment on the probable cause of the guilty, including government department. Reporting or narrating an event. School event function. It is written based on personal experience. Name and nature of the event. Date, time and place. Occasion. Chief guest, guest, of honor. Value point of the chief guest's message. An account of the happening, e.g. prize distribution, dance, recital, etc. Comment on the quality of the function occasion. Vote of thanks by the person who finishes or conducts the function. A sample report in newspaper. You are Abhik Nath working as a newspaper reporter for the Hindustan Times. You have made notes for a news item. Read these notes and write a report in about 150 words. Observe that no new information has been added. School van, 30 students after school carried home. 12-year-old Vinod sitting in front row notices smoke emanating from the bonnet. Dark fumes. Driver stops the van. Immense flames follow, spread towards rear. Vinod and driver jump, physically pulls other fellow students. Quick decision, saves lives. Van catches fire. Students' narrow escape. By Simran Kaur. Noida, 8th February. A school van with 30 students on its ferry home from St. Paul's Public School suddenly burnt out in a moment. It is a matter of great surprise that the students and the driver are safe. It was because of alertness shown by a 12-year-old boy, Vinod, who was sitting in the front row just beside the driver. He suddenly noticed smoke emanating from the bonnet and at once informed the driver. The driver stopped the van and opened the bonnet. A cloud of dark fumes emanated from there. These were followed by immense flames which spread towards the rear of the van. With sudden decision, Vinod jumped out of the smoky van and, with the help of the driver, physically pulled out his fellow students who were trapped in the van, which had by now become a burning inferno. The school principals should be alarmed by this incident and issue a notice to the commuting vans and other vehicles carrying children to school to get evidences of vehicle maintenance from service stations at regular intervals. A sample report narrating or reporting an event. Annual Sports Day by Anil Anand. The 19th Annual Sports Day of Happy Public School was held on 16 and 17 December. The sports field was cleared of rubble, tracks were repainted and large awnings were repainted and set up on two sides of the field to prepare for the event. On one side, the students and the judges were seated, while the other side was reserved for guests, parents and the food stalls. This year's edition was a larger number of participants than that of the previous years. There were 50 events, including throws, races, jumps and team sports. The younger participants took part in special events such as sack race, spoon race and three-legged race. The chief guest for the event was the Sports Minister of Delhi, Raghav Boyal, also an alumnus of the school. Kamab Guha was adjudged the best athlete among the girls and Asif Ali among the boys. The school Kabaddi team got special recognition for winning the inter-school Kabaddi competition last month. Mr. Raghav Boyal commended the organization team for putting up an event and applauded the students on their excellent performance. Letter writing. Formal and informal. Letter writing, though a dying art, is still quite popular. It is always a thrill to find a letter written by a loved one and to read about their thoughts and feelings. When the letter is well written, the delight is twofold. So, let us see once again how to write a good informal letter. Informal letter. How to write informal letter? We begin with the sender's address. There are ways to write the address. We will follow the easiest, which is the block format. According to this, the sender's address should be to the left of the page, starting from the margin. The last line should contain the name of the city you are living in, followed by the PIN code. 21st October 20XX. Note now the date is written. This is very important. Dear. The sender's address is followed by the salutation. This is a greeting to the person whom you are writing the letter. This should also begin at the left margin. Now begins the body of the letter. The letter should consist of 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph deals with the topic of the letter. The second paragraph gives details. The third paragraph repeats the topic while taking leave of the person. The first and third paragraphs are quite short. The second paragraph is long and can be further divided into many paragraphs. The leave-taking comes next. At the end of the letter, you take leave of the person by saying yours affectionately or yours lovingly. In the next line you write your name. Be careful not to write your surname. This is an informal letter, which means that the person who is reading your letter knows who you are. Hence, if you write your name and the surname, you are making the letter formal. Sample letter. Akshay has written a letter to his mother after the first week of his stay in the hostel. 56A, Sonrise Apartments, Mall Road, Shimla 171001. 10th December 20XX. Leave a line. Dear Mum, how are you? You will be happy to know that I have settled well here at the hostel. The room is comfortable, the facilities are good, and the food is nutritious and delicious. You need not worry about me anymore. I have made a lot of friends here and we also study together. Apart from regular studies, we also have extra classes for swimming, horse riding and rock climbing. It is very exciting to learn new things and I am enjoying swimming classes the most. The teachers also are very kind and helpful. Our hostel warden is also very supportive and takes good care of all of us. Life is quite orderly and disciplined here. I just wanted to say that I will make sure that I study hard and make you and Papa proud. And to achieve my goal, I will not leave any stone unturned. Yours lovingly, Akshay. Formal letter. How to write formal letter? Let's see its different parts. Sender's address. Include complete address with PIN code. Place a comma at the end of every line of the address. Place a full stop after the last line. Date. If using numerals, use the format DDMMYYYY 25.07.20XX. Other formats include, for example, 25th July, 20XX or 25th July, 20XX. Recipient's address. Include recipient's designation, department and name of company where applicable. Include complete address with PIN code. Place a comma at the end of every line of the address. Place a full stop after the last line. Salutation. Use appropriate form of title to address the recipient. Example, Dear Dr. Agrawal. When not using the name of the recipient, formal salutations can be used. For example, Dear Sir, Dear Madam, Sir, Madam, etc. Place a comma after the salutation. Subject of the letter. This tells the recipient what the letter is about. It should be brief, precise and preferably expressed in one sentence. Body. The body of the letter should be clearly divided into 3 parts, namely, introduction, message and conclusion. The language and the tone should be appropriate to the purpose of the letter. Complementary clause. Any of the formal expressions of subscription may be used. Examples, yours faithfully, sincerely, sincerely yours, yours truly, etc. always begin with a capital letter. The word yours does not have an apostrophe. Begin the second word with a small letter. Signature. The full name of the sender is written below the complementary clause. The designation or the professional rank of the sender may be written below the signature. Enclosures. If you are enclosing something with your letter, you may indicate this by written the abbreviation ENCL. For the word enclosure, below the signature. If you are enclosing more than one item, list the items. For example, ENCL. Certificate, CBSE Board. Check number 436507. Admission form number, AB 326. Copies. If you send a copy of the letter to another person, indicate this by writing the abbreviation CC, which stands for carbon copy or courtesy copy, followed by the person's name. Write the abbreviation CC below the signature or the ENCL. Sample letters. J27 Lakshmi Nagar, Delhi 110092. 23rd May, 20XX. MS Customer Service Manager, Microbook Private Limited, New Delhi. Subject, Microbook FunTab tablet, battery issues. Dear Sir, Ma'am, I am writing to you to express my dissatisfaction with the product mentioned above. My father and I purchased this product last week, 16th May, 20XX, from Chroma Electronics Store, Preet Vihar, Delhi. From the first day itself, we have been experiencing battery issues with the product. As soon as we brought the table home, we put it on charging. After charging it for 2 hours, the tablet only showed 4% battery. When we tried to get the tablet replaced the next day, the Chroma store manager told us that it could not be replaced. As the product was under warranty, he asked us to leave it at a Microbook service center for repair. At the service center, we were told that the product was not even a week old. We should get it replaced or repaired at the Chroma showroom itself. For the last 1 week, my father and I have been visiting the Chroma showroom and different service centers, but to no avail. On account of all the time we have wasted and the treatment we have received so far, we are no longer interested in getting the tablet repaired. I am writing to you to request for a full refund for the product, 7,000, or a replacement with a brand new model. I look forward to hearing from you at the earliest. Yours sincerely, Tamanna Khanum. Biographical sketches. A biosketch or biographical sketch is a short description of a person's life, works, achievements and special qualities of character. It usually highlights the important things he has done in his life and the difference he has made in a particular field. A biosketch usually includes the following: name, birth and family background, education, achievements and honors and special quotes. Sample biosketcher. Given below are some notes on Edmund Percival Hillary. Write his short biosketch using the information in about 100 words. Edmund Percival Hillary. Birth, 20th July 1919, Auckland, New Zealand. Death, 11th January 2008. Nationality, New Zealand. Occupation, mountaineer, explorer, philanthropist. Achievements: first to conquer Mount Everest, 29th May 1953, with Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, also traveled to North Pole and South Pole. Philanthropy, founded Himalayan Trust, opened many schools and hospitals in Nepal. Named one of the most influential people of the 20th century by Time magazine. Sir Edmund Percival Hillary. Sir Edmund Percival Hillary was one of the most famous mountaineers and explorers in the world. He was also a philanthropist. He was born on 20th July 1919 in Auckland, New Zealand. He rose to fame when on 29th May 1953 he along with Sherpa Tenzing Norgay conquered Mount Everest first time. Among his other adventures, his achievements also include his travel to both the North Pole and the South Pole. He was not content with just climbing mountains. He founded the Himalayan Trust and opened his purse strings to establish many schools and hospitals in Nepal. Quite appropriately, Time magazine included his name in the list of the most influential people of the 20th century. He breathed his last on 11 January 2008.